Anything is possible. Nice. Anything is possible indeed. Because chat, I am really, really, really excited for College Football 25. My hair is a flip-flapping mess, and I don't care. But we are about 72 hours, give or take, from being able to do College Football 25. We actually will be able to get our hands right here. We actually will be able to get our hands on the game and play it. No more reacting to trailers. No more reading articles. No more looking at blog posts. No more looking at social media posts and speculating. Man, I wonder if this is going to be the game. I wonder how this is going to feel. I wonder if it's going to actually be like Madden, like how we all fear, right? No more of the speculation because we'll actually be able to get our hands on it in less than 72 hours, which is crazy. It's even crazier that I'm this excited for an EA product, but you know what? That's just a reality. I am excited for an EA product. I will admit it. And if I am actually getting, fooled in for a ride and it's all marketing talk, then you know what? I will admit on one of the streams that, EA got me. And guess what? EA fooled all of us. Because I'm not the only one hyped for College Football 25. Everyone is hyped. Everyone is counting down the days until Monday, July 15th, right? Because I, like a lot of other people, pre-ordered the deluxe edition, the $100 version. So we got access to it 3 days early on Monday, as opposed to waiting on Thursday, which would be July 18th, to be able to play it. I could not wait that long, so I spent the extra money to play the 3-day early access version. So I hope it's worth it. So I say all that. So make sure to be following me. Make sure to be subscribed to me. Make sure to be subscribed on the YouTube page. Hit that bell. Ring the notification bell. Hit the follow button. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything. Because once Monday hits and we have access to playing College Football 25, I promise you, we'll be streaming the heck out of the game, right? We'll be streaming the heck out of the game. All of the buttons on the PS5 controller will be withered into dust because we'll be pressing the buttons so much. So make sure to hit the follow button, subscribe button, do everything you gotta do, have post notifications on, so then the moment we go live on 11 p.m. on Monday, you are here with me, and the decade worth of wait of not having any college football games is over, and you will be experiencing the journey with me. So once again, make sure to follow, make sure to subscribe, make sure to ring those bells, everything you gotta do. So at 11 p.m. Central Time on Monday, you are here with me for the moment. All right? So that's your challenge. So do everything you gotta do, follow, post notifications, everything for Monday night, because Monday night stream, it's going to be special. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. So what the stream is going to be today is not only to remind you to do that stuff before College Football 25 launches, but we got one more tidbit, I guess you can say, of news of College Football 25. This is the Road to Glory deep dive. Of course, we reacted to the Dynasty deep dive. And I said in the Dynasty deep dive, I said in all the previous College Football 25 streams, you can roll back the tape, that I said I was more of a Road to Glory person than a Dynasty person. I'm still going to do a Dynasty in College Football 25. I'm still going to stream it. Don't get me wrong. I'll also do it. That content will be showing up on the channel. Don't you worry. But I went on record saying that I am more of a Road to Glory person. That's just what I personally find enjoyable. I enjoy being able to create a player, go through the high school ranks, get recruited, go to a program, whether it's a program like Mizzou where I have a lot of bias and attachment towards, or I go to, let's just say, a small program and want to build them up and want to win the Heisman and go to the college football playoff. That is my shit. That is what I love. So, we got the Road to Glory deep dive. Unfortunately, EA did not release a trailer, a video for us to react to like they've done in the gameplay deep dive, the Dynasty deep dive. They didn't release anything. They just put out a blog post. So this stream's going to be a lot of talking and reacting, but unfortunately that's just what we have to go off of. And so yeah, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be talking about what EA released for the Road to Glory deep dive. So strap yourselves in. Ready? All right. So let's go. And also, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but to me, that's why I've titled the stream this way. That's why I said last pre-stream before College Bowl 25, is because in my opinion, let's face it, if the game is coming out in 48 hours, EA's probably not releasing any more news, any more noteworthy info that will prompt me to do a stream, right? Like, they've released all the information, all the news already. They're just waiting 48 hours, 72 hours before the game drops and we're able to play it. So I feel like this is the last pre-stream before College Bowl 25. The very next stream you'll see from me for College Bowl 25, unless something ridiculously changes, assume the next College Bowl 25 stream you see from me is on Monday night when we get our hands on the game. All right, so let's react to this Road to Glory deep dive. Enough talking, enough introduction of the way, because we've been going for about 10 minutes already. I'm looking at the timer right now. All right, so let's look at the Road to Glory. All right, so College Football 25 Road to Glory deep dive. Once again, unfortunately, there is no trailer like they've done the other deep dives, which I feel is disappointing, but once again, we move. All right, building Road to Glory. When Sam designed Road to Glory, we immersed ourselves in the world of college athletes. We spoke with the current and former players, engaged with our community, and absorbed countless stories and experiences. Our goal was clear: to create an authentic, engaging, and replayable experience that captures the essence of being a college athlete. Okay? With this vision, we anchored Road to Glory around 4 core pillars: live the life of a college athlete, week-to-week experience, fast to fun and highly replayable. That is interesting they call attention to that, replayability. Because we've heard that in the Dynasty Deep Dive as well, how they want to make the game replayable. They want to make you go back to these modes. They want to get you to replay Road to Glory. They want to get you to replay Dynasties, right? Because let's face it, that's what's happened in the college football games nowadays, right? People to this day still play NCAA Football 14, and it holds up surprisingly well. It's still a really, really, really fun game, right? And the foundation of the future. All right, so these are what they are. So, live the life of a college athlete. This pillar is all about immersion. From the excitement of game day to the challenges of balancing academics and athletics, every aspect of a college athlete's life is brought to you. Your journey will be filled with highs and lows, triumphs and setbacks, mirroring the real experiences of student athletes. Okay, I feel like we could have gotten that from just the sentence. I don't feel like we needed that paragraph, but we move. Week-to-week experience. In Road to Glory, every decision matters. We've designed the experience to revolve around key in-game decisions and time management. Whether it's choosing how to spend your time between practice, studying, and social activities, or making critical plays on the field, your choices will shape your path to glory. We drew inspiration from story-driven games where meaningful decisions with no clear right answers help shape your journey. The way you respond to situations ultimately decide your path. So it's a story-based game where it's the butterfly effect, where the choices you make causes consequences and change how your game ends, right? Some games, of course, do that way better than others, right? There's a handful of games out there, especially AAA-based games, where they say it's a choice-based game, like, oh, make sure to choose, like, the right outcome, because if you don't, oh, your characters may die or something like that. But then you get the game, and it still forces you down a certain path, no matter what you choose. So it isn't really a choice-based game, because no matter what you choose, you're still forced in certain outcomes. So it's like, it's not really a choice-based game if you don't have control of what happens. And of course, there's other games that do it phenomenally. Right? Like, for example, Undertale, if you ever play that game, is a perfect example of a choice-based game, right? You can choose the pacifist route, and that has its own set of characters, its own set of dialogue, its own set of endings. You get secrets if you go the pacifist route where you don't choose to kill anybody in the underground. There's a neutral route where you kill some people, but you also spare others. But you, as the character in that game, are viewed as differently in the world. There's different interactions, characters treat you differently. And then there's the full-on genocide route where you are a terrifying creature. The characters in the underground have now vanished and disappeared and are hiding away from you because they're so afraid of you existing because you kill everything that moves. Characters that were once your friend in the pacifist route are now your enemies and they want to kill you, right? And then there's, that's a great choice-based game. On the flip side, a game that doesn't do choice-based games well this may sound like a shock to you. This may sound like a hot take to you. What is Doki Doki Literature Club? I know it's crazy. I have gone on record. I love Doki Doki Literature Club. I've done streams of the playthrough of the game. I've done, mini games. I've played IRL with, Doki Doki Literature Club. I did the side stories. I'm doing Doki Doki Literature Club mods. I have a PC streams. I know it's crazy for me to talk badly of Doki Doki Literature Club, how much I love it. And trust me, I do love the game. I will always love the game. However, it is not a choice-based game. It's not. Because no matter what you do, no matter how you choose, no matter how you play, the game still forces a certain path. Sayori dies and hangs herself in Act 1 no matter what you do. If you choose every single option in the game that is for Sayori, you write all the poems designed for Sayori, you talk to her all the time, you choose every option in the game for Sayori, and you say you love her in that moment, she still dies. Just like if you ignore her, you bully her and say how much she's fat and everything, and you choose to just be friends with her, she dies, right? But there's nothing stopping Sayori. You cannot prevent that. You also can't prevent, Yuri going, completely yandere, obsessive crazy over you, and Natsuki being aggressive towards you and everything. Like, there's nothing changing that. No matter what you do, Yuri will always stab herself because she's obsessive. Natsuki will always just get deleted because Maka wanted to delete her. It's always just you and Monica, no matter what. No matter how you play, no matter what you choose, no matter what poems you design the characters for, no matter what you do, the game forces you down a certain path, which is not a choice-based game. A choice-based game allows me as a player to make choices and benefit and change the outcome and the ending based on what I do. So yeah, anyway, rant aside. So yeah, as much as I love Doki Doki Literature, which once again, I do, I just have to admit though that it is not a choice-based game. Alright, anyway, back to this game. Fast to fun and highly replayable. Road to Glory is designed to be fast-paced and fun, ensuring that you're always in the thick of the action. With multiple storylines and pathways to explore, each playthrough offers a unique and fresh experience. Okay, well, to me, that just sounds like marketing talk. Just looking at that one-on-one. Maybe that's just my experience of playing 2Ks in the 2K My Career Story. But, I've heard this sentence countless times. And nothing changes. Nothing happens. Nothing, changes. Like, nothing happens. It's all the same still, right? Like, with multiple storylines and paths to explore, each, playthrough offers a unique experience. Like, in 2K, you can be a rapper. You can be a social media artist. You can be a fashion icon. You can just focus on playing ball. Doesn't really change that much, right? So, We'll see. Right? I'm putting a pin in that as an asterisk because, I'll believe it when I see it. Then, foundation for the future. Road to Glory is not just about the here and now, it's about building a lasting legacy. This year lays the groundwork for the future enhancements, ensuring that your journey as a college athlete continues to evolve and improve. Your decisions will ultimately shape your journey, your story, and your road to glory. Interesting. So, reading this sentence, future college football games, maybe a annual yearly release. I mean, that's what that sounds like. It's not about here and now. It's about building a lasting legacy. This year lays the groundwork for future enhancements. Right? Future installments, future games, maybe a yearly release as opposed to waiting a decade for games. And that's what it sounds like. Hey, Dakota, shout out to you for subscribing for 5 months. Shout out to you. Dakota, I assume you missed my introduction, but I guess I'll repeat anyway. Make sure to be following me. Make sure to be subscribed to me, which you just did. Make sure to turn on the notification bell. Make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on all social media platforms. Because at this time at 11 p.m. on Monday night, we'll be doing a ridiculously crazy College Football 25 stream where we'll be going in depth. We'll be showing off everything that we can now that we got our hands on the game. So you do not want to miss that. Creation. Your journey in Road to Glory begins with your first meaningful decision point. One that will have a significant impact on where your journey begins and how it will be shaped. Begin by choosing which path you want to take. There are 4 different journeys you can choose from, each offering a unique starting point and set of challenges. Alright, so these are the star ratings, which we've seen before, where there is no high school games, we do know that, and instead of high school games where you play like 6 games, including the high school state championship, and starting out as like a 1 or 2 star prospect, and then building up to a 5-star prospect, and how you play over time, your star rating builds up where, in the beginning, you're like a 1 or 2 star program. So you get recruited by like Northwestern or Western Kentucky or Eastern Michigan. But then as you evolve, as you get better, and you start to get to like a 4 or 5 star rating in the high school state championship, that's when you get to like the Alabamas of the world, the Georgias of the world, the LSUs of the world, the Michigans of the world. That's when they start to recruit you. Instead, there is no high school. Instead, right at the get-go, once you create your player, you choose what your star ranking is. And I remember, just like a lot of other people, when we heard this, there's no high school and you just choose what your star rating is, I will admit, I was disappointed when I heard this because I was like, well, what's the point in that? People are just going to choose the 5-star because that just sounds the most fun instead of playing to earn it. But I was like, you know what? There may be a reason for it, so let's just see what they got. So elite. An elite recruit is a 5-star prospect, starting with the highest overall rating at 79. So you go from 79 overall as a 5-star to a 60 overall 2-star. Interesting. This player is expected to be on the field immediately and start right away in most programs across the country. Well, Additionally, you receive 1 extra mental ability and the 5 starting skill points, which you can use to upgrade your player. We will dive further in how this all works later, okay? Blue Chip is a 4-star at 75 overall, 1 mental, and 4. So it goes from 5 skill points to 4, okay? 3-star prospect, doesn't say it's overall, but if we're using context clues, you go from 79 overall as a 5-star, 4-star is 75, and a 60 overall is a 2-star as bottom of the barrel. So if you had to guess, 3-star is 69, nice, right? That's why I guess 69, 70 overall is probably a 3-star. What position do you think about playing Road to Glory? Pocket passing QB, field general linebacker, man-to-man CB? I'm curious. We will get into the positions and the archetypes later on. I'm sure of it. Because unfortunately, I don't think you can be a kicker. Because I know in past, like NCAA football 13, 14, you can have a road to glory and be a 5-star punter, which is crazy. But I don't think you're able to do that in college with 25. But that would have been funny. So yeah, I thought he guessed 3 stars, probably 69, 70 overall, just context clues. They do not get any mental abilities and start with 3 skill points. Underdog. This is the true underdog road to glory story. It's the hardest. You'll get very little playing time, 60 overall, and only receiving 2 skill points. Interesting. So this is the screen. 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star. Underdog, elite, blue chip contributor, underdog. So reading that, because I don't want to be too easy and do 5-star because that just sounds boring. Like, I want to challenge. I want to be able to work towards something, right? I still want to be able to work towards something rather than get everything right out the gate, because then there's no incentive to working towards anything if I just get everything immediately, right? That's the point of an RPG. You want to start somewhere and then feel like you're grinding and building towards something, right? So reading all that, I feel like leaning maybe the 4 or 3-star route, because I still want a handful of mental abilities, right? I still want mental abilities, because from what we know about mental abilities, especially when you're playing on the road in those crazy tough home environments, mental abilities, from what we've seen in videos and blog posts, they are critical. Like, if you're a quarterback and you have no mental abilities, like, you pretty much cannot throw the ball if you don't have a mental ability. Like, they seem that important. So I want to have mental abilities. So we'll see. Maybe 2, 3-star, 4-star. I'm mixed in between. Well, we'll see. Next, select your position with quarterback, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, or cornerback. Okay, so those are positions you can do. Once again, there's no punter, unfortunately. Each position comes with its own unique set of challenges and gameplay styles. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Based on position, you get archetypes. Your archetype will affect your starting attributes and skill group caps, as well as which physical abilities are available to you. For example, a field general quarterback is going to be a better passer in the pocket than a scrambling quarterback. Makes sense. The field general also have access to abilities like sleight of hand, which boosts the effectiveness of play action trick plays, along with step up, which gives an accuracy boost while climbing in a clean pocket. On the other hand, a scrambler quarterback is going to be better at making plays on the run. The scrambler archetype will have access to abilities like Option Cane, which gives an aggressive boost to quick twitches and off-platform ability, which improves your accuracy for crossback throws. Okay. So, that's a lot of stuff right there. And that's really good because you have to fit in a certain archetype. So don't expect to, pick a quarterback as a 5-star recruit and to be able to throw on the run and throw like 80 yards like Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to be able to do that in this game, right? If you're a field general quarterback, right, you're going to be staying in the pocket like Tom Brady. You're not going to be able to throw on the run like Patrick Mahomes, right? But if you want a scrambler quarterback like Lamar Jackson, you're not going to be able to throw 80 yards like Mahomes. You're not going to be able to do that. So I like that. So you got to fit in a certain category. There's pros and cons to both. There's no one size fits all. There's no, archetype that's just better than everything else. So I like that. Want to start weak and work towards being the greatest? Sounds like you like Elden Ring. No. But newsflash to you, Dakota. Elden Ring is not the only RPG game out there. They're not the people that created the RPG genre, so to speak. Anyway, we move. So, field general quarterback. So you get 1, 2, 3. Let's say about half, not to count. Half accuracy, power, IQ, health, which I assume is tied to wear and tear, elusiveness, and quickness. So yeah, okay? And those are your Matt's abilities. So you still can be quick, you still can be elusive. You just have to grind a lot more in order to upgrade those elusiveness and quickness stats, which I like. Physical attributes. Sleight of hand boosts the play action trick plays. Step up. Accuracy boosts climbing and clean pocket. Resistance in the pocket. Dot. Increase access in pocket for open receivers. And pull down. Boosts ball security standing in pocket. So that's the field general. Okay. You then customize your player. Your swag out. Pants above the knee. Scrunch socks. Tights, hoodies, and a crop top jersey style so you can show off that sweet six pack. Yeah. Chat, do we do that? Honestly, I feel like we might do that. You'll be select your throw style animation, which I like that. But let's be honest, chat. Let's say I pick a quarterback, which honestly, I probably will do a quarterback, being honest. I don't know why I'm leaving it up to mystery. So I choose the quarterback. Obviously, when we do the Road to Glory, we will be doing Mizzou. Right? Newsflash, spoiler alert, sorry to disappoint you if that is a shock to you. But for Road to Glory, when we start on Monday night, we'll be doing a Road to Glory with Mizzou. And honestly, we're going to have a crop top jersey style sweet six pack. Right? Imagine your quarterback is rocking with this sweet six pack crop top jersey. We're doing it. We are doing it. That just sounds fun. And throw style animation, I'm assuming they have got a handful of, former college football players that are now in the NFL and college football legends in the game for the animations. So, for instance, if you want to throw, I'm trying to think of an example. Is it real? All right. Why is it so hard to think? Right. I'm trying to think of a quarterback that has a unique throwing animation in college. Why can't I think of them? But you know what I mean. So, interesting. Well, we'll see. Right. I guess we'll just have to see and wait for the game to come out. So, if you want to be throwing left-handed like Michael Vick, I guess we'll see. They're like Johnny Manziel. Yeah, okay. So I was like, I know there's someone out there. Like, there's someone in my head that's like, there's a quarterback somewhere that I remember has a interesting throwing animation that's just abnormal. And I was like, was it Johnny Manziel? Was it Tim Tebow? Like, who was it? I think it was Johnny Manziel. Elevarian didn't create the RPG genre. It did perfect it. Okay. I see your point there. I see your point. And on the same token, if Elden Ring perfected the RPG genre, you have to admit Five Nights at Freddy's perfected the indie horror genre. Right? If you're wanting me to admit Elden Ring perfected the RPG genre, you have to admit Five Nights at Freddy's perfected the indie horror genre. Alright, so once you've customized your player's look, you'll select your starting mental ability. 3 core mental abilities tied to your weekly agenda. Has activation, deactivation requirements. So it will not be on nonstop. It's on situationally. So fan favorite. This ability increases composure gains at home. Okay. It's tied to your academics, and if your GPA is above a 3, the fan favorite ability will be active. If it falls below a 3, it'll become deactivated. Road Dog. This ability increases composure gains on the road. It's tied to your brand meter. When you reach influencer status, it'll turn on, and when it falls below, it'll turn off. Okay. And Clear-Headed. This ability limits the amount of composure you will lose during gameplay. I assume composure is similar to Coach Trust in the previous games. So what that means is if you were a quarterback, let's say, you got, let's say, 50 or 100 like coach points, Coach Trust points, if you threw a completed pass, or you got like 1,000 or 500 if you threw a touchdown. Now, flip side, you lost 1,000 coach points if you threw an interception. So I'm assuming that's what the composure is. It's that bar, the amount, your skill points that you're trying to fill up. Inside your leadership, when you become an excellent leader, it'll turn on. When it falls below that, it will turn off. If you select the elite or blue chip journeys, which is 5 and 4 stars, you'll be able to select an additional mental ability. This grants you a 4th ability that is an addition to your 3 core. It's not tied to a weekly agenda and will always be activated. Interesting. So, reading these, I feel like, if I'm being honest, fan favorite sounds pretty useless. Just, unless there's a reason why you want this, I will gladly hear you out. But fan favorite sounds pretty useless. Right? Because I mean, you already get a lot of boosts, a lot of benefits at home with the home field advantage, right? You already get those boosts there. And plus just everything that we've seen, it just sounds like it's way more important and it's a way bigger, I don't want to say draw, but it's a way bigger boost if you went on the road. That's what it sounds like from what we've seen in, gameplay showing off the toughest environments, showing off what they all do with the squiggly lines, how the crowd is, getting amped up and everything, how you can't do audibles, you can't look at the play art because the crowd's going crazy and everything. So it sounds like winning on the road is way more beneficial. I could be wrong, right? This is one of those things where I need to see for myself and test out all 3 of these and then determine, okay, yeah, when I create a Road to Glory from next time, yeah, fan favorite is actually really good. I was just wrong. And it's actually way more important than I originally thought. Or, no, Road Dog is clearly the best one in the experience, so I'm just going to roll with that every time. That's one of those things where I need to see for myself. All right, so this is what it looks like. Once you finish selecting your mental ability, start to build your Road to Glory. Cool. You're the recruit. Begin with an interview with a local TV reporter. In this interview, they'll ask you about your motivations and what drives you as a player. Just like our Dynasty recruits, this will formulate your own ideal pitch. For example, do you want to compete for a national championship, become a starter early in your career, or make it to the next level and play on Sundays? Your answers to these questions will determine the schools that align with your goals and values, create a more personalized and engaging recruiting experience. Hey, Coos, I'm a local recorder. I'm a local recorder doing a story on your college decision. I just have a few questions for you. Which of these do you see as most important? Compete for a national title, get an NIL opportunities, which is brand exposure, becoming a starter early in my career, improve my abilities quickly. Interesting. After completing your interview with Donna Harper, you'll land on signing day. Signing day is your big day. This is where you will decide who you want to start your career with. Well, duh. Each school will have an interest bar that tells you how interested they are in you. On the right-hand panel, you can see high-level information about the school, such as their team overall rating, what the record was last year, and their offensive and defensive schemes. Additionally, show whether they offer you a scholarship or not, and what your predicted role is. You can also see the predicted depth chart and where you stack up relative to your teammates. If your overall is very close to another player in the depth chart, it's likely that you'll initiate a position battle at some point where you have to compete against the player for that depth chart. More on that later. So, let's say you are a 4 or 5 star recruit and you choose quarterback and you want to play at the big schools like Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State. You go to the depth chart, there probably is someone else there that's a 90 plus overall on the depth chart. So you won't be the starter. You'll have to fight for your playing time, even if you are a high recruit. So I guess they are showing off South Carolina. So you got the overall, the SEC last season, offense, defensive scheme, depth chart. So freshman, this says you would be the starter at 79 overall, but the second string is a senior at 78 overall. So you'll probably have to do a position battle very quickly to hold that starting position. School fit, interest level, NAL opportunities is high, job security, coach prestige, and head coach. And it also shows what archetype they are. Interesting. And it says committed, so that's a screen you get. This will say quarterback, Mizzou, don't get me wrong. It will. That's one of the first things we're doing. You'll have to manage your time both on and off the field. Each week you'll have 2 main activities to focus on. First practice is where you'll earn coach trust, which is essential. Second, your weekly agenda, where you'll manage your time off the field. You'll have to decide how to allocate your time among various activities. Do you want to focus on your academics to ensure you meet eligibility requirements and perhaps even activate certain mental abilities? Or do you want to get better in the weight room to improve your physical attributes? Alternatively, you might choose to socialize to boost your brand. Proper time management will be key to excelling in all areas, from improving your skills and performances on the field to maintain your academic standing and building your personal brand off the field. Balancing will be effective. Keep all of them in good standing. Yeah. Which is what we heard, and that's what we already knew, that it is impossible to be an elite in the gym and the physical attributes, elite in the school, so I have a 4.0 GPA, elite in the brand exposure, and elite in the coach trust, elite in health and everything. Like, you can't be elite. You can't do everything. So you have to make sacrifices. So maybe one week, you prioritize health, because let's say you're a quarterback and you got banged up because you're playing on the road against, a tough opponent, like let's say Georgia. So you probably prioritize the following week for health to not be so affected by wear and tear. So you have to get healthy again. In that time, instead of, going to brand exposure meetings or going to the gym and everything to build up physical attributes, you have to go to health to get healthy again, so you're not at an injury risk, right? Or vice versa, right? You have to do school so you're not academically ineligible and you can play. That may not allow you to go to the weight room. So you have to make sacrifices. You can't do everything. Also, this is the started screen. Upgrade player, practice top stories, week agenda, play game, advanced week. Chat, what are we thinking about this UI, this menu screen? Me personally, I like it. It's simple. It gets to the point. I personally like it. I also hope the load times is great, because I know in franchise mode and dynasty modes, franchise mode, I guess. In Madden, I know the button delay is so long. It takes for a century to get into any main menu. Any menu here will take a second. So like, you're in the actions tab right here. If I type the right R1 button to go to player, it will take a century for the player menu items to drop down. And the same thing for CFB, same thing for team. It will take a century for those to show up. So I'm hoping there's good button responsiveness and you're able to get to where you need to go quickly. Please, EA, quality of life we're talking about here. We talking about practice? Funny enough, speaking of we talking about practice, Nick Saban had a interview, I guess, at the ESPYs last night, and he said that line, we talking about practice. So related to we talking about practice, related to college football, I just wanted to mention that. Practice plays a vital role in your development and progression as a student athlete. During practice, you will complete one minigame each week. Each minigame has a score threshold to earn different medals, bronze, silver, and gold. The medal you earn depends on how much coach trust you gain. Yeah. So this is not new. This is just like the old games where, instead of like the brand exposure, the health, academics, all that stuff, In the past games, what you would do is you would play college games, or in your off time, you would build coach trust where you rise in the depth chart if you were a bench player, or keep the coach trust to be a starter, and you would do practice mini games. And how you did would be how you fit in the depth chart. Where if you tank the practices, well, you may no longer be the starter on the depth chart anymore, right? So this is nothing new. Also, Dakota, since you're here, assuming you are planning on getting this game, now that you saw what I'm probably going to do is a quarterback, and most likely I'm pinning the field general archetype. That's just how I play in past college football games. That just sounds most like me. I'm curious what you are doing. Remember, it's quarterback, running back, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, and DB, right? Those are the positions. Then we have to scroll up. Here we go. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, and corner. So I'm curious. What are you doing and what archetype are you doing? I'm curious. Putting the student and student athlete. Okay. As a student athlete, managing time off the field is just as important. Performing. Each week, you need to balance your responsibilities. By default, you'll have 5 energy points to spend each week. In a short week, when you play on a Thursday, you only have 4. Conversely, in a free week, when you have a bye, you'll have 6. Each week, you have to judge time. It'll be difficult to keep one in good standing, which we talked about earlier. You're not going to be elite at everything. Academics. Focusing on your studies will help you maintain your GPA, which is crucial for staying eligible. Yeah. Leadership. Spending time on leadership activities will help you earn respect and trust from your teammates and coaches, potentially leading to a leadership role in the team. Health. Prioritizing your health ensures you stay injury-free and maintain peak physical condition, which is essential for consistent performance. This gets in the whole wear and tear system, which is very important from everything we've learned. Training. Extra training will help improve your physical attributes and skills, giving you an edge over the competition. Brand. This is the NIL. Working your brain to increase your popularity, open up opportunities for NIL endorsements, and off-the-field benefits. Okay. So, looking at these, and obviously they go way more in depth here. I literally just see academics. But just a quick spark notes of these. Brand sounds intriguing because that's NIL. That's the most new thing. So I know a lot of people are going to, zero in on that because that's the newest thing. That's the new toy in the box, and you want to see what that's all about, right? But me personally, I'm looking at this. Academics is important because you don't want to be academically ineligible and you are not able to play. Leadership sounds important. Health is very important. That's probably going to prioritize over anything is health. I'm probably going to do health is the number one, right? Like every game after every week is health. I'm focused on that so I'm not affected by wear and tear. Health is probably elite S tier rank for me. Then second tier is probably academics or training for physical attributes. It's one of the two. I would say that's the 2A and 2B is academics and training after health. And then leadership maybe 3, and then brand is 4 on the lowest tier, right? I feel like that. So I feel like I'll only be able to do brand if my academics are good. I don't have to worry about them. If my health is good, I wasn't banged up too much by wear and tear, then maybe I do brand. But I feel like brand may be the one put on the back burner, at least personally for me. I'm assigned between elusive running back or coverage linebacker because that's what I played in real life. Yep. But if we want to do real life for a second, could do wide receiver, right? I could do wide receiver if we're focused on real life because I was a dog as a wide receiver. You don't believe me, but I was a dog as a wide receiver. I ran a 4.40 because I also did cross country and track. So I ran a 4.40. I was 6'2", 6'3" at the time, and everyone else in high school was like 5'7", 5'8". I was skinny though, which sucked, but I did have the height. And I also have, you saw in the 2K, drafted myself in the NBA. As you can see, I have a ridiculously long wingspan. So I just have an athletic body. I was blessed with those gifts. So yeah, I ran a 4.40. I was blessed with an athletic body, athletic gift and everything. Big, long arms. I was a dog. And yeah, I was just that guy. Maybe the best route running in the state. I may go that far. Academics play a crucial role. Test readiness. Each year will be spent time on academics. You'll be studying, which will improve your test readiness. This is essential for performing well on midterm exams. If your test readiness is low, your likelihood to fail is increased. GPA. Okay, so this is the screen for everything you have. So everything we talked about was academics, leadership. So this is a screen of measuring the bars of what you're focusing on. Academics, unprepared. That's not good. Leadership, excellent. Health, high. So yeah. So if health is high, right, then maybe if like leadership is high and health is high, then maybe I then put the points I would normally spend in like leadership and health and put them into brand, right? Like that may be what I do. But like brand seems like the thing that I focus the least on. It sucks. Training brand influencer. Nice. 3.4 GPA, coach trust, fan favorite, unprepared, clueless, basic, and prepared. Okay. Midterms occur in week 8 and week 15 of the regular season. The higher test readiness, the better you'll perform in these exams. A high test readiness affecting better exam scores, positively impacting. If you do poorly, your GPA will take a significant hit. Maintain a minimum 2 is essential to play in games. If you fall below the threshold, you won't be able to play and will be required to attend mandatory study hall sessions to improve your GPA. They will consume a portion of energy each week until your GPA is back up. Ineligible. In addition to midterms, you'll face periodic quizzes that come through various scenarios. Okay? Maintain a high GPA has several other benefits. Fan favorite mental ability. If your GPA is above 3, it will activate fan favorite. Weekly coach trust bonus. Your GPA will also affect your weekly coach trust bonus. A higher GPA will result in positive, while lower will incur a negative bonus. Interesting. How high is the bonus? Right? How high do you have to be minimum to get the benefit of the bonus? And how low is too low where it's a negative? Right? Like, where's the line? That's what I'm curious on. Leadership. Leadership is a vital aspect, affecting not only your relationship with your coach and teammates, earn respect, coach trust, team XP, composure, clear-headed. A negative influence in the locker room. That's interesting. Your leadership also significantly impacts how fast your teammates progress. A strong leader acts as a force multiplier, making your teammates better every day and helping them achieve their full potential. On the other hand, poor leadership can drag your teammates down, resulting in less than 100% XP for them. Sheesh. Man. Leadership also affects your starting composure. A good leader can rally your team and get everyone pumped for the big game. In contrast, a negative energy can bring your team down, negatively affecting their composure and performance. Wow. So, let's say you completely ignore leadership, right? You're a quarterback. You completely ignore the leadership. You lean to your wide receivers, you lean to your running backs, you lean to your tight end to catch the flipping ball, and they'll do it at a worse rate because their attributes are lower. They are a worse player because you're not a good leader. That is crazy. That is crazy to me. Wow. Health is represented by wear and tear. This is the wear and tear screen. Unlike Dynasty players, you will not automatically recover a set amount of wear and tear when advancing the next week. If you do not spend your time recovering, your wear and tear will persist. Training. Highlight my message. 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific on Monday, July 15th. Cole will be doing it live on this channel. And show if you've seen this game, follow and turn notifications so you don't miss it. Yep. And I will pin. Can I pin that? Wait, seriously? I really can't pin that. Wow, that's interesting. That is odd. Huh. I did not know that. Huh, learn something new every day. So, on Twitch, if you redeem the highlight my message, you can't pin it. But if Dakota, you sent in a normal chat, a normal message, I then can pin that. I don't know if you knew that, but interesting. Okay. Train is important. Once the progression reaches 100%, we're in a skill point. Brand. Okay, this is the one I feel like the most people are curious on this one. The brand, the NIL. Let me get sponsors. Let me get sponsored by Adidas. Right, let me get that Gatorade sponsorship. Your brand is a representation of your off-field social status and influence as a student athlete. Building a strong brand can open up numerous opportunities and benefits. You'll have the opportunity to grow your brand and potentially become a global phenom. Brand is represented by the number of followers you have. The more followers you gain, the higher your brand level becomes. Local hero, influencer, superstar, global phenom. Open NIL slot, open NIL, 250,000 fans, 1 million fans. So I can have 4 brands I'm attached to once you get to 1 million fans. Low, deal tier, regional, road dog. Interesting. As your brand level grows, you'll unlock NIL deal slots. A lot to be offered off-field. NIL opportunities can increase your overall brand and provide additional benefits. Once you reach the influencer tier, which is the second tier, you'll activate the road dog ability. Scenarios and dilemmas. Wait, that's it? That's all you told us about brand? What about like what companies, what brands you can partner with on NIL? That's it? Just focus on brand. Once you get to an influencer, you get the road dog ability. That's disappointing. All right. So I guess we learn about brand on Monday or Thursday if you didn't spend over $100 for the deluxe edition to play 3 days early. I guess we just find out for ourselves. All right. Scenarios. As you progress along your journey as a student athlete, you will encounter unexpected scenarios and dilemmas that add complexity and excitement to your experience. Will trigger based on the decisions you make and how you spend your time off the field. They can involve interaction with teammates, advisors, other students on campus, NIL deals, and other fun surprises to keep your journey dynamic and engaging. There is no right or wrong answer. How you choose to respond ultimately shape your journey. Some levels will present actual conflicts, such as being asked to attend an off-campus party. Attending the party can increase your brand by boosting your social presence, but it may require you to skip your night class. There's a risk associated with the decision. Getting caught skipping class can negatively affect your GPA. There might be situations where you're playing poorly and fans are just letting you have it. You'll have to make a decision on how you want to respond. Do you want to take the high road, criticize them, or be like KD and make a burner and be your biggest hype man? All right, so TJ Sanders, D tackle. You want to drive together to our morning government class this week. Gotta love these 8:30 a.m. lectures. So you can sleep in, skip class, risk, or agree to drive together. Sleeping in. Getting extra rest always helps. Your back and rib wear and tear have improved by 3. Academic advisor. I got alert that you missed your 8:30 a.m. government class. Well, not only you missed class, you also missed a pop quiz. I suggest showing up next time. GPA went down. Your GPA is taking a big hit. So we got a small boost for wear and tear because we slept in, we recovered, but our GPA took a hit. So learning that there is no completely 100% right answer, right? So it seems like every choice you make, there's a positive and there's a negative, right? So you have to choose what is most important to you. Where, like I said earlier, health is going to be really high for me on my road to glory. So I will want to choose a lot of the choices that benefit my health. But like here, it may cost my academics to tank or my brand to tank for that. Oh, more on the NIL. Okay. I don't know why I didn't just include in the original paragraph, but we move. To be offered an NIL deal, you must have an open NIL deal slot, which determines a brand level. Gameplay bonuses, improvements your in-game attributes such as enhanced catching ability, increased speed or better stamina. Off-field bonuses to one of your meters such as increasing your number of followers, boosting your coach trust, or improving your health. Ooh. I get better attributes and improved health. So let's say I ignore health for a week, but I go the brand route. I can still find a way to improve my health and get brands. Interesting. An example NIL deal you could earn is with the Physical Therapy Center. As part of their deal, they want to participate in a regional commercial shoot that will air during the next month. While you won't physically pose with a camera this year in Road to Glory, aw, come on. I want to see my bare ass. The deal will cost you 2 energy up front. In return, they will give you free physical therapy sessions, which will give you immediate wear and tear recovery and improve your health. I want that. This. 100%. I know I said I'm putting brand deals, NIL on the back burner, but no. If I get the opportunity for this, I am going full force, full steam ahead, and I'm throwing my whole face in this opportunity. And I will not stop until I get that physical therapy center, right? I don't care if my academics tank until I'm academic ineligible. I don't care my physical attributes, coach trust. I am not stopping. I'm putting my everything into brand to get that physical therapy center. 100%. You and some other players to come for a meet and greet over the span of a couple days this and next week. Afterward, we'd like you to sign some autographs. It should help increase your local following and bring new people to our business. This is our proposal for a 2-week contract for the cost of 1 energy per week. You receive 500 followers each with the contract. Chefs Sporting Goods NIL offer. Take the deal, decline the deal. Coach trust and position battles. And as we know, you may be the starter, right? So let's say in your road to glory, you are the starter. Whether that, was because you're a 5-star recruit, you went to a small program and you got the starting job instantly, or you were The real Road to Glory route, you grounded your way up from a 2-star nobody to the starter, right? Your job's not safe yet, right? Your job's not safe yet because not only are you earning coach trust to go up the depth chart to be the starter, well, so are your CPU teammates. They will also be getting coach trust. They will also be filling up this meter and challenging you for the starting job. So, once you get the starting job, you're not safe for good. You have to keep that up. Not only that, but your teammates, which is what we just talked about, will be earning coach trust based on their performances. But yeah, that's literally what we just talked about. A position battle. Here's the catch. If you lose the position battle, you'll need to climb back up the ladder over the next few weeks before you get another shot. On the flip side, winning the position battle gets you a sweet bump in coach trust, boosting you on the depth chart. If you're not performing up to par, they may just initiate a position battle themselves trying to take your job. Which, once again, is what we just talked about. But interesting. Player progression. Game plan training. Unlike Dynasty players, your Road to Glory will not earn any off-season progression. This places increased importance on how much time you spend on training your performance on the field. So yeah, like in Dynasty, we talked about this in the Dynasty Deep Dive, that most of the progression, which is like your overall, your attributes, the physical and mental badges, in Dynasty, most of it is in the off season, right? Like, yeah, some of your Dynasty players will upgrade a small bit here and there during the season, but for the most part, most of their progression, most of their upgrades will be in the off season. Here, it's the opposite, where you won't be upgrading the off season. Interesting. You'll upgrade based on skill groups. Core power skill includes throw power and strength. Every skill group can have a maximum level of 10. However, your Road to Glory character may have a skill group maximum level that has less than 10 depending on the archetype you choose during the character creation. So yeah. So if we're doing the field general quarterback, don't expect to have a level 10 scrambling ability where we have, the elusiveness, the speed, the acceleration, run at the pocket. We're not going to have 10. Like, maybe we have, 4 if we're field general. Maybe 3, for being honest. Once a skill group reaches its cap, it cannot be upgraded further unless your coach possesses the archetype, along with the Limitless or Put a Rein on It abilities. The Limitless ability offers a chance to increase a random skill cap each time your character levels up, while they Put a Rein on It provides a chance to raise your highest skill cap after winning a championship or a conference championship. So you can go above level 10, increase the mats even further if your coach has a certain ability and is a certain archetype. Interesting. There may be some coaches, some schools out there that's a lot better than others if you're looking for that. For example, if you upgrade the field general ability to Silver Tier, you need to throw for 20 touchdowns in a season. Okay? As a quarterback could experience challenges such as incorrect pre-play art, missing button icons, miscommunication with the receivers when attempting to hot route them. These obstacles are designed to simulate the pressures of playing in a high-stakes environment, on the road. This is where your composure and mental abilities become crucial. If your leadership meter is high, you'll have the ability to keep your teammates calm and composed, especially at the start of a big game. Oh, wow, that camera angle. Sheesh. Man, so low to the ground. Jeez. That is going to be intimidating. Just look at this right here. This is intimidating. Right? I just already tell, me being the quarterback right here for Mizzou, I'm on the road, right? Because like Mizzou is playing on the road at Alabama this year. Going to Bryant-Denny Stadium with the Roll Tide crowd with their home field advantage within the top 3, I want to say. Being all the way low down here at Alabama with all these Alabama players, this looks terrifying. Oh man, this is going to be crazy. But you can't also zoom out. Okay. But this still looks terrifying. You're still up close. Wear and tear. Do you purposely miss a block to save your body? Do you think twice about screaming on second down and taking a big hit? Do you give yourself up on a big run, step out of bounds, opposed to fighting for extra yards? Okay, so composure, matchups, blocking, and wear and tear. Interesting. So not only do you see your wear and tear for your own guy, we also see your teammates' wear and tear. Interesting. If your body takes too much damage, your coach may decide to pull you from the game and let you recover. In addition, if you start the game too damaged, you may not play at all. Within gameplay, you initially have access to limited play calling. On the play selection screen, you'll see only one play that coach has called for you. As you increase your coach trust, you'll earn the ability to change the play by pressing triangle. During the play call, you can expose 2 additional plays to choose from. The number of times you can change that is displayed above the center of the play screen. Once you get to the line of scrimmage, you will not have the ability to change the play via audibles. However, you can still make pre-snap adjustments to optimize your chances of success. Okay. Additionally, you'll not be able to initiate the no huddle after the play to hurry up after the line of scrimmage. Okay. So, it sounds slightly different than previous games. Right? Because, first of all, this is nothing new. This is nothing new where initially you start off a road to glory and your coach gives a play and you're forced to run that play. And then as you build up coach trust, as you go to more practice, as you get more reps in, then you start to unlock the ability of being able to choose your own plays, being able to have your own audibles, right? But in previous games, how it worked was you start off and just like this, where you went to the game, coach gave you the play, and you were forced to use that play. You couldn't do any other plays. You couldn't do audibles. You couldn't do anything. And then as you build up coach trust, you then gain the ability to call audibles on the road. And then you build up more coach trust, you're able to call audibles at home. And then like you build up more coach trust, you're able to change the play like 3 times over. And then you build up more coach trust, you built up, you're able to then change the coach plays like 10 times over, then 20 times over, right? So that's what the old games used to be. So this is a very simplified version of that. But okay, I like it. Transfer portal, which is important. So it's just like, this is literally copy-paste of the recruiting, which, that's not I'm saying that's a bad thing. I'm just calling attention as I see it. At the end of each season, your player will face a crucial decision. Stay loyal to current school or enter the transfer portal. The potential suitors lined up for your player won't be just random picks. There'll be schools that align with the player's performance and the key pitches that initially attracted them during the recruitment process. Interesting. So just like Dynasty, where you're recruiting a player and as a high school player, and you're recruiting them and you don't get them. They don't sign with you. They go to another school. But within those 4 years, they decide to enter the transfer portal. You come back at them with a job offer, but not a job offer. Well, technically it is a job offer because college athletes are technically employees now, but you get what I mean. You come back with another offer, and the recruit remembers, oh yeah, you were recruiting me as a high school player. I remember that. So now I have an advantage in the dynasty to get that player. Even though I didn't get him in high school, I now have an advantage in the transfer portal because I recruited him out the gate, as opposed to this is the first time I'm interacting with a player in their lifetime. End of journey. You can create your own path. Will you aim for those coveted Conference Player of the Week awards, or perhaps set your sights on the prestigious National Player of the Week honors? The Heisman Trophy is up for grabs, but so are 10 other position-specific awards, like the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. Do you envision leading your team to multiple conference championships, or maybe you're driven to navigate the thrilling 12-team playoff, reach the national championship game? How many national championships can you win in your 4-year career? We want to immerse yourself in Road to Glory to best time in your first journey, and then dive back with fresh decisions, perhaps in a new position, see how that different career can unfold. Retired from college football, Esport player to Madden. Once you conquer college football, your adventure is just beginning. We're incredibly excited about the seamless transition to Madden 25 and Superstar mode, where you can continue your new career in the NFL, EA account, and blah. The road ahead is limitless, and we can't see how you navigate it. Sorry, EA. I will be playing College Football 25. I will not be playing Madden 25. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you the truth, but I have not bought a batting game in about a decade. Well, maybe not. I would say the last Madden game I got was Madden 21. So it's been about 4 years since I got a Madden game. And there's a reason for it. I see no point. Like, I may get bamboozled by buying 2K every year. May not be fun. May not be what it once was. But I may get bamboozled once. I'm not trying to get bamboozled twice a year with Madden. Especially because I'm way more of a basketball fan than a football fan, as far as the NBA and the NFL. We're excited to see what stories you create and the decisions you make along your Road to Glory journey. Being a college athlete is not easy, and our goal was to replicate that experience while providing you with the ability to shape and craft your story with the way you want. Okay, next time we come to you will be the final deep dive of College Football 25. We're talking about Team Builder. See you all next time. All right, so a Team Builder deep dive. Interesting. But I don't know if I'm going to react to that one. Mainly because, well, first of all, I am terrible when it comes to creating teams, creating graphics, the customization of creating, stadiums and jerseys and everything. I am terrible when it comes to that. There's people way better than I will ever be at that kind of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'll leave it to those people for that. But also, as far as like how I've set my stream schedule up and everything, I feel like this still will be the final pre-stream before College Football 25, because we've reacted to the trailers that EA's put out. We've reacted to the deep dives. We reacted to the Dynasty deep dive and blog posts, and we just now reacted to the Road to Glory deep dive. Unfortunately, no trailer, but we still reacted to it. So we've reacted to all the news, all the announcements for College Football 25 that, in my opinion, at least I and the majority of us care about. Like, yes, there is a fan base. There is an audience for the team builder. I'm sure they're excited and looking forward to it. But, to me, team builder is an extension of dynasty mode and not its own thing, right? Because I want to say we even talked about team builder in the dynasty deep dive as well. So I don't want to repeat myself and everything. So yeah, this will be the final pre-stream before College Football 25. The very next time we will be on stream, turn the camera on, will be the big day on Monday at 11 p.m. Central Time. I cannot wait for it, and can't wait for it. Like I said, it's going to be a very, very fun time. It will literally feel like Christmas morning, right? It'll feel like Christmas morning. It'll feel like a holiday all in one. So yeah, make sure you're ready for that. I'm ready for that. I want y'all to be ready for that, because this is going to be a journey that we will be experiencing in the moment, and I want y'all there with me, right? That's one of the reasons why I revived and rejuvenated and started streaming again, is because I like this. I like the interaction. I like the community aspect, right? I like to be able to, play games or react to news or react to trailers or give my thoughts on something and have a community where I'm able to share my thoughts. I'm able to hear, sorry, the chair's going down. Well, I'm able to hear your thoughts as well, because it's a community thing. So yeah, this is a thing that I want y'all on the journey here with me. So yeah, 11 p.m. Monday night on July 15th. So yeah, that's 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern. Those are the only time zones that I know of. If you need to find out what time zone is, unfortunately, you'll have to go to Google yourself, because I don't know, because there's time zones all over the world. So yeah, 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern, Monday night, July 15th. We will be right here playing College Football 25 and showing off everything that we can show off. I'm talking about Road to Glory, our own Road to Glory. I'm talking about Dynasty. I'm talking about quick games, showing off the pageantry, the college traditions, showing off everything. So if y'all want to be there with me and see the first look, and just like me, you cannot wait a week to see what College Football 25 is yourself, make sure to hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification bells, do everything you gotta do, post notification bells, go to sleep early if you want, because hell, it may be an all-night stream on 11 p.m. Monday night, and I hope to see y'all there.